Hi, welcome to the Native Wildman channel. Your host Sean Catfish Wilson speaking. And today's video is going to be a how-to. I've got a fly on a spinning rod and reel, ultralight. So the key to this is you don't need an expensive rod. Ugly Stick's pretty cheap. Or you can also choose, you won't get the distance with this, or with not, well, this has 6 pounds on it, not the one I just grabbed, but, are you kidding me? Or you can use a light action. This is a pretty expensive rod. This is St. Croix. Some people put this in the budget rod category. I disagree. Budget's up to like $50. But it's hard to find a $50 rod. But you want a light to ultralight action reel. You want a thin braid, preferably a 4 pound braid. You can use a thin monofilament also, like 2 pound test. Oh, look what I just found on the ground. I found me a plopper whopper. Cool beans. I've been fishing here for a minute too. All right, nice. Smaller whopper plopper. And then you open up the bail like you do any bail. You walk up to the bank. If you're not in a place that has gators that are gonna come bite your head off or some weird stuff like that, and you cast and you let it sink. Then you slowly pull it towards you. There's no fish right there. I might have a little hard time trying to get some cast, being that it's raining. Wet line doesn't want to cast as well. I do recommend trying to find rods with Fuji guides or the inserts in them. It does make it easier to cast out these these little tiny micro flies, baits. And if you would like, you could use a clear mono or fluorocarbon leader on these. I don't. I just use straight braid. Every once in a while you'll get moss and gunk and stuff you don't want on it. Just pull it off. Make sure you keep your bait nice and clean. I hope these raindrops don't get to my phone. This thing's up. I got my hat on, but still. Alright. There we go. We got us a little bluegill. It's going to be bait. That and he swallowed the hook, so. That's not good. Normally when they hit it, they do hit it off of the drop. A little rainwater in it. bucket. Because it is raining, I'm gonna shut my door. Wind's starting to blow, so this might get a little interesting to try and cast. But we will see, we will see. Sometimes you can have about the length of your rod, and you can just kind of, well, it don't work with this one. If you have a longer rod, it works a little bit better, this technique. Don't. And when it's not windy. But I did manage to get it where I want it. A little fish looking at it. And you want generally about 3 foot of line to be able to get a decent cast with this. And as you see, even in the wind, I got it out there a decent ways. That's pretty good with not having any weight on here. Sometimes you can go as long as your rod to cast too. That's fine, especially if you got a shorter rod. Since it's windy, I do want to catch more than one fish. Sometimes, what you can also do, you just take got like rocky areas, just drop it in the rocks, kind of jig it around the rocks a little bit. This also can be a good way to lose your fly. Oh, quick release. Alright, the wind might make it not very easy to fish this side. Yeah, the wind's kind of blowing it where I don't want it to blow. This isn't the easiest technique in the wind. because you're using such a light bait, the wind will affect it, and it will make it a lot harder for you to cast where you want to cast or keep the bait where you want to cast. So definitely not a windy day thing. Excuse me. All right. Move on down. And when you're walking when it's windy, from place to place, I do recommend trying to grab the line. Be careful that you don't hook yourself though. If you hook yourself, I'm not liable. You can blame Canada. A little greckle over there. Cool beans. I like greckles. They're interesting little birds. I'm still going in the wind and I'm hitting the edge of those aqua plants. But on the other hand, the wind is kind of blowing my bait halfway back also, so getting a little distance, but with the wind blowing it back, it's starting to calm down again. It was almost completely calm earlier, not quite glass smooth, but almost. Oh. I scared the bird. I scared the bird. Sorry, little birdie. Sorry, little bird. I like birds. They're pretty cool. Another key thing is you want to be able to see your line. Also, you want to watch your line move. Watch for movement in the line, like you're fishing with a Ned rig or a worm. Or sometimes even finessing a jig. There we go. Got us a little green sunfish. And it's little, but it's a decent sized one, probably about 6 inches. There we go. Yay! Say most of the times I take it on the full. Normally right after you cast it. Now, there's a brand out there named Fins, and they make a 5-pound test. I think they may make lower test, or they used to. Last I checked the website, they had a 5-pound test, and I've never used them, but I've heard a lot of good things about Fins fishing line. Anyways, as a reminder, you want a light, ultralight to light action rig, ultralight to light action reel, and a 4-pound braid to build cast flies on the spinning rod. I hope you learned something from this video. Peace and long life, my friends.